So for the movie summary is The Founder is a biographical film based on a true story. It tells the story of Ray Kroc, a struggling milkshake machine salesman in the 1950s. So one day he discovered a small fast food restaurant run by the McDonald brothers. So Ray is impressed by their fast and efficient system and sees great potential in the business. He then helps expand the restaurant into a large franchise. So the movie shows how McDonald's grew into a global brand and highlight themes of ambition, success, and ethical issues in business.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Khadija Alisha Betty Yusmi at 2480698, and today I am excited to share with all of you the reason why we chose this particular movie, that is The Founder 2016. We chose The Founder 2016 to better understand Ray Kroc's journey from a struggling milkshake machine salesman to the leader of a global brand. He convinced the McDonald brothers to franchise their restaurants and later use strategic method to gain full control of the company. This film is relevant to our project because it clearly shows social and power relationships in organizations. One key moment is when Joanne Smith suggested using powdered milkshake, which reduces the cost and preparation time. This became a turning point that helped Ray Kroc expand McDonald's rapidly. Overall, the movie highlights power struggle, business ethic, conflict, control, and the importance of strategic planning.
This movie features Michael Keaton playing Ray Kroc, Nick Offerman as Dave McDonald, John Carroll Lynch as Mick McDonald, Linda Cardellini as John Smith, and Laura Dern as Ethel Kroc. Now, I will explain about turn-taking and interruption. According to Cambridge Dictionary, interruption refers to a moment when something is temporarily stopped or paused by someone or something. In conversations that involve turn-taking, interruptions can have two main purposes. The first is disruptive interruption, which limits or weakens what the other speaker is trying to say. The second is supportive interruption, which is meant to encourage the speaker and keep the conversation going. Research also shows that men and women often interrupt for different reasons. Men are more likely to interrupt to take control of the conversation or to disrupt the other speaker, while women tend to interrupt to show support, agreement, or encouragement. In this scene, Ray Kroc starts speaking by saying, "Here we go," and "What is?" showing that he is about to question or complain about his order. Before he can finish his sentence, the waitress says, "Enjoy," and takes the speaking turn without being chosen. Although some studies suggest that women tend to interrupt to show encouragement, the waitress interruption does not count as encouragement or support. Instead, the utterance "Enjoy" serves as a closing move that attempts to end the interaction. This suggests that the interruption is used as a free-selling strategy, allowing the waitress to avoid directly addressing the mistake in the order. Furthermore, this scene demonstrates that interruptions are influenced by contextual and institutional factors such as the fast food service setting rather than being determined solely by gender.
Next, I'm going to start with minimal response. So what is minimal response? Minimal response is a short and a simple reply used in a conversation to show that the listener is paying attention. It helps the speaker know that they are being heard. Example of minimal response are okay, yeah, I see, and right. So minimal response help the conversation going. They show understanding and interest even though the listener does not give a long answer. According to Victor Uwe, 1970, these short replies are called back channels which encourage the speaker to continue talking. So minimal response can also be non-verbal, such as nodding or using facial expression to show attention. So in this scene, Ray Kroc is asked by a woman about the years he started the McDonald's. So instead of giving a full answer, he simply says, "Yeah." This is an example of a minimal response, which is a short reply used to acknowledge someone or keep the conversation going. So Ray's brief reply shows a different conversation style. Research shows that men often give minimal response that are short, delayed, or limited, which can sometimes seem less supportive. Women, on the other hand, often use minimal response to show support and active listening. According to Falagi, 1995, men usually use minimal response to show agreement, while women use them to encourage the speaker. So even though both men and women use minimal response, the purpose can be different depending on gender.
Moving forward to hedges. In communication, verbal hedges are used to reduce the strength or certainty of a statement, making it sound less assertive. This is different from intensifier, which strengthen meaning and show confidence. According to Nordquist 2023, simple words like maybe, almost, or somewhat are common hedges that help speakers sound more polite and professional. Nordquist also mentioned that linguist Steven Pinker observed that writers often soften their statements using qualifying words. Moreover, in LBE 20103, we learned that hedging is more commonly used by women as they tend to focus on mutual agreement and support in conversation. The first scene from The Founder 2016, Ethel Kroc tells her husband, "I think I've got some people for you." The first "I think" functioned as a verbal hedge, softening her statement and making it less forceful. This allows her to present her idea politely rather than as a direct command, helping to maintain a harmonious relationship. Her following remarks, such as "very committed" and "high school sweethearts," provide neutral and positive background information. By doing this, Ethel strengthens her suggestion without sounding assertive. Her language reflects social and gendered norms as she uses hedging to communicate effectively with her husband's ambitious and assertive personality. Overall, this example shows how hedging helps manage interpersonal relationships, reduce potential conflict, and influence decision-making while remaining polite and professional.
Giving compliments. A compliment is a polite way of expressing praise or admiration, usually intended to make the listener feel valued or appreciated. Compliments can refer to a person's appearance, skills, or possessions and are considered part of positive politeness strategies which help maintain friendly and respectful social interactions. Compliments are most frequently exchanged between two people who know each other well, and studies indicate that women are often the ones giving and receiving compliments. Compliments can serve different purposes, including showing solidarity, admiration, envy, or in some cases harassment, depending on the speaker's intention and the context. In this scene, John Smith compliments Ray Kroc on his passive role in starting McDonald's in 1954. John's response, "remarkable," serves to express admiration and maintain politeness within the interaction. From a sociolinguistics perspective, compliments fall under positive politeness strategies as they are used to show approval and to attend to the listener's positive face, effectively placing the speakers on the listener's good side. In this case, the compliment does not focus on appearance, but rather on ability and achievement. Furthermore, compliments are often used to stress friendliness and to signal the desire to be treated as a part of a social group rather than as a distant individual. John's use of a compliment reflects his pattern as it functions to show admiration and solidarity, helping to build closeness between them and support the development of the relationship in the story.
Forward, when it comes to the use of questions in conversation, it is important to consider their purpose and context. Questions can be used to encourage dialogue, clarify information, show skepticism, or even challenge the speaker. Gender often influences how questions are used, with women tending to ask questions to build connection and maintaining engagement, while men may ask questions to test ideas as a control or challenge statements. Understanding these differences help us analyze communication styles and interpersonal dynamics more effectively. For example, from this scene, it shows a conversation between Ray Kroc and his wife Ethel Kroc. After returning home, Ray talks passionately about McDonald's, a restaurant he finds revolutionary. During the conversation, Ethel asks questions such as, "Is it revolutionary? And you want to invest in it?" These questions encourage Ray to elaborate and show a supportive communication style often associated with women who use questions to maintain and develop conversations. Later, when Ethel says, "So here we go," Ray responds with, "What do you mean by that?" This reflects how men often use questions to seek clarification, challenge statements, and assert control in conversation. Overall, this scene demonstrates how gender influences not only how often questions are asked, but also their communicative purpose in adult interactions.
So the last one is apologizing. What is apologizing? Apologizing is when we say sorry for a mistake, offense, or something that hurts someone. It means we take responsibility and show that we understand how our actions affected others. Apologizing is important because it helps build trust and show respect in communication. So we can apologize in different ways by speaking or writing common phrases include I'm sorry, I apologize, or I was wrong. So how we apologize can depend on the person we are talking to, how serious the mistake is, and the relationship we have with them. In the scene from The Founder, between 40 minutes and 4 seconds to 46 minutes 31 seconds, the husband apologized to his wife. He does this to reduce tension and address dissatisfaction in their relationship. His apology shows that he admits his mistake, especially he failed to provide emotional support. He recognized that his focus on work and ambition has hurt his wife. So this apology reflects responsibility and empathy, even though the issue is more serious than what the apology can fix. So from a communication perspective, this scene highlights social distance and seriousness of the offense because they are husband and wife. So the social distance is very small, so making the apology more emotional and intimate. However, the apology may not be fully sincere as the husband still prioritizes his ambition. This shows that not all apologies lead to forgiveness, especially if the behavior doesn't change.
So, in conclusion, men and women communicate differently, as seen in turn-taking, interruptions, giving compliments, hedging, asking questions, and apologizing. Men tend to be more dominant and goal-oriented, while women focus on support, politeness, and maintaining conversation flow. These patterns are influenced by context, not just gender. So, effectively balancing both communication styles is essential for clear, productive interactions and for building stronger professional and personal relationships.